Hello, 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 my people. Hello, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Mabel. Happy birthday to you. Now, you know you got to be special for me to get up here and sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, my queen. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for always being there. I can't stress it enough. When you get somebody that supports you, don't mind supporting you, and hang in there with you, I just want to take out the time and say thank you. And we certainly do hope your birthday was a great one and will continue to be a great one. Now, we got a good topic tonight. We got a topic that's it's very good, and it's very if we're honest with ourselves, um there we all have been in situations sometimes when we thought that we were not good enough. We all have been in situations, circumstances, sometimes when we thought we just weren't good enough. That's what we're going to talk about tonight, because I want to encourage you. I want you to know that you're good enough. You may not have the money somebody else have. You may not have the house somebody else have. You may not have the car somebody else have. You may not have the clothes somebody else have. But guess what? You're good enough. You are good enough. Let us say hello, Mr. Samuel McCullough from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thank you for tuning in. Paula Gray from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for tuning in. Carolyn Thadford, let me see, Thadford, I think that's right. Thank you for tuning in all the way from New York City. Thank you so very much. Stephanie King from Philadelphia, thank you for tuning in. And as always, we want you all to chime in. Have there ever been a time in your life? And if you don't want to share, that's fine, but we like to have you to interact with us. I know that there have been times when in my life that, I said, you know what? They didn't choose me because they didn't think I was good enough. They didn't give me the job because they didn't think I was good enough. And I don't care how strong you are sometimes those kind of things will weigh mentally on you. Now, I can say this, and I can be honest. I don't consume myself with stuff like that now, because I do know that I am good enough. But I am talking to people who seems to have a struggle, who seems to want to belong with the clique, who seem to want to hang with the in crowd. And they don't think that they are good enough if they can't be a part of that crowd. That's what I'm talking about tonight. We have some people that if they if a group of people go out to lunch and you're in the area and you're sitting at a table by yourself, and you see those group of people come in that you really want to be a part of, and you're hoping they will ask, well, can would you like to join us? Would you like to join us? And they don't ask, and that just mess up your whole day. It messes up because you want to belong, you want to be accepted, you want to be with them people who think you're so important, who you think are so important. But let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you what I've learned. Hello, Jacqueline Joyner. Excuse me, you all, my sinuses is messing with me now. um Sometimes we have people in our life that we really do like, and we have people in our life that or maybe not be in our life, that we really want to be a part of our life. We really want them to be a part of our life, and we can't understand. We do everything we can to try and make that person like us and accept us, but they won't do it. Have you ever come to the conclusion maybe God is protecting you from those people? Have you ever come to the conclusion that God is protecting you from what He know you could end up being by hanging with those people? Let me tell you something. Everything that shines is not gold. Everything that we think is diamonds is not diamonds. Sometimes we get ourselves in situations and circumstances, and God be trying to warn us and protect us, but we because we think those clicks are so good, we just ignore the voice of what God is telling us to leave it alone. Now you may say, well, Loretta, how do you know that? Because I've been there. I've been there. I have been there, Stephanie. I have been there from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have been to the point where I just absolutely wanted to be with that certain crowd of people. But I am so glad that God worked the way He did because it protected me from some things that I am glad that He protected me from. And it had me in a situation where my self-esteem was low. This was a couple of years ago. And my self-esteem was low, and I just couldn't let go. I couldn't understand. I felt like I just had to be with that in crowd. But now, but now, I am so happy that I got peace within myself. And I don't need to be with a certain group of people to be happy. I don't need to be with a certain group of people to have peace because I got the peace that God has given to me. And let me tell you, I'm 62 years old. I never, ever thought that I would be at this place in life where I didn't care if I was accepted. I never thought that I would feel this good inside, but I never thought that I would get there. But I am there, and it does not bother me who's with who. It don't bother me who go where they go. Listen, I do exactly what Loretta want to do. If it's something Loretta want to do, Loretta will do it. If Loretta have to do it by herself, Loretta will do it. You can be at peace doing things by yourself. I can go out and eat by myself, and I'm just as happy. I'm just as happy. And those of you who know me and you see me, I'm always with my two dogs. Hi. I'm always. Good evening, Miss Muzan, New Jersey. Thomas Miller, good evening. Henrietta or Hardyville, South Carolina. Thank you for tuning in. But you know, when you can get like that, when you love yourself, when you learn to love yourself, when you learn to love who God has made you to be, when you learn to love you for you, when you learn to accept you for you. I had this complex about me because I had pimples. I had this complex about me because I was full figure. But I love me some Loretta. I love me some Loretta. And now I know that I am good enough. And I feel this way. You may think I'm not good enough, but guess what? God thought I was to die for. Now that's what gets me. I love that song by James Fortune. He thought I was to die for. Come on, somebody, help me out here. Have you ever been in a place in life where you just didn't think you had it? You said, God, what is going on with me? You can't get your hair right. You can't get your clothes right. You can't get your the right kind of car you want. I'm just not good enough to have it. But I come to serve notice on you today to let you know, sisters and brothers, that you are good enough. And you know, it's not being arrogant to love yourself. It's not being arrogant to know that you are good enough. Hello, Mr. Thomas Miller. It's not arrogant to love on you. When you are minding your own business and you're not doing things to hurt people, it's okay to love on you. It's okay to celebrate you. We celebrate everybody else sometime but ourselves. We go overboard sometimes for everybody else but ourselves. But learn to celebrate you. You deserve to treat yourself out to the best dinner every now and then. You deserve to go and buy yourself an outfit every now and then because you are just as good as that next person. You might can't go to Fifth Avenue in New York and buy your outfit, but you can buy an outfit. Listen, I tell people I thrift shop. That's what I do. This top that I got on tonight, thrift shop, $3. And I think it looked just as good as a name brand blouse. Well, matter of fact, I know it looked just as good. You understand what I'm saying? And then you can be, we hit on this a little bit last night. You can have on the best outfit in the world. You can live in a mansion on a hill. You can drive a Bentley. But if you're rotten to the core in the inside, none of that means nothing. None of that means nothing, Juanita. And see, that's a lot of times it's those type. Now let me be careful how I say this now. We got some good people with titles. We got some good leaders and stuff like that. But sometimes we're not meant to be a part of that because sometimes some things that go on will disturb our spirit, and sometimes it will cause us to lose our faith. Now somebody gonna say, well, nobody can make me lose my faith. Nobody can make me lose my faith in God. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you can be in some situations and you can see some things and you say, my God, I wish I had never seen that. My God, I wish I had never heard that. And for a minute there, it bothers you mentally. You know, they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Yes, yes, words will hurt. It hurts real bad. And sometimes it sets you back, and you got to take time to get yourself back together. And then you go back in that pity party and you start pitying yourself and not thinking you good enough because of what you seen and what you heard. I told them a story last night. Let me read what you said, Margaret. Amen, amen. I'm at peace too. This is the best time of my life. I got Jesus and I'm good from the Bronx. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so very much for that. You know, sometimes people think that good evening, Juanita from Mississippi. Okay. Sometimes people think that's a cliche when we say we got God and that's enough. It's not a cliche. Of course, all of us would like to have people to go out and do things with. But what I think what Juanita is saying, I know what I'm saying. Whether I have the people or not, I'm gonna be happy. Whether I have people to go to dinner with or not, I'm going to be happy. Whether I have people to go to concerts with or not, I'm going to be happy. Whether I have people to go to meetings and banquets and stuff like that, I'm going to be happy because I'm happy with me. It don't take people to make me happy. It don't take people to make me happy. Lord have mercy, I thought I would never ever get there. I thought I would never, it took me years to get to the place where I am now, but I just don't care now. I am enjoying my life. I am enjoying it to the fullest. I don't have no money, but I'm still enjoying life. I don't live in the best house, but I'm still enjoying life. I thank God for my car that I got out there. I'm still enjoying life. You do not have to have materialistic things to enjoy life and to have peace. Oh God, this is good to me. I don't know if it's good to nobody else, but it's good to me. Miss Veronica, thank you for joining us. Thank you so very much. I'm telling you, I told them last night on my show last night. I've been fat all my life, and I had this complex, and I could be with my friends at the ball game, or we could be, go shopping together, and all of them, they were petite, and they had, little nice shapes and stuff. So when we be walking down the street, and there go the boys over there on that side, and or we had to walk across boys. I'm gonna tell you, cause somebody else have done it too. I used to walk on the opposite side until we passed the boys, cause the boys would be always hollering at the young petite ladies and would never say anything to me. So that messed with my mind a little bit. And I grew up for years with low self-esteem, not loving myself, just because that boy would never say nothing nice about me. Now, I know I ain't the only one been there for years. But then as I grew older, and them same boys who was on the street whispering at those ladies, some of them ended up in jail, some ended up dead, and everything else. Suppose I would allow them in my life. Would I have gotten in trouble with them? Would I have gotten myself in trouble with them? See, sometimes we don't understand why things work out the way that they do. But see, God can see farther down the road than we can. He can see farther down the road than we can ever see. Hey, Miss Sam, how you doing? He can see farther down the road than we can ever see, Miss Christine. I'm trying to tell you. And sometimes we don't think we say, well, I'm not just good enough for him. I've done everything for him that I could do. He still cheat on me. He still treat me bad. He still act like he don't love me. Honey, love yourself. You good enough. Fix yourself up. Fix your hair. If you don't have no hair like me, get you a nice piece and put on. Look your best. Just because he don't want you, don't you let yourself go down. You are good enough. You are good enough. And don't spend your time with nobody who think you are not good enough, who want to talk down to you, who want to belittle you. Leave them people alone. Leave them people alone. Leave them people alone. Don't let nobody belittle you. I get talked about all the time. I love it. You know what my pastor told me? He said, Loretta, when they talk about you, that means that they got you on their mind. Now, I never did see it like that, Miss Muzon. I never did see it like that. He said, if they spend time talking about you, you got to be important. They got to have you on their mind. They got to be something about you that they want. And you're desiring to have what they want, but they are not happy with themselves. They want what you got. Come on, somebody. Miss Muzon said, I've been there. I know I've been there. I know I've been there. And see, now I'm at a different place in my life. Hey, Patricia, I'm at a different, I love people. I'll do anything I can for people if I can, but I'm not going to run down people just to be a part of their life. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep texting nobody that won't text me back. I'm not going to keep calling nobody that won't call me back. I'm not going to keep saying, have I done anything wrong? I'm not going to do that. When I search myself and I know I hadn't, I got to move on because I'm good enough. I'm good enough. And I know that I am a good friend. Am I a perfect friend? No, but I'm a good friend. And I'm a loyal friend. I'm that friend who going to stick with you through thick and thin. Now, if you push me away, you lost a good friend. Now, somebody said, well, Loretta, that's mighty cocky. No, I know me. I'm going to hang with you. I don't give up on people just because of a rumor. I don't give up on people because they make mistakes. I don't give up on people. I love to go against the odds. I love to be there for people who are considered nobodies, people who other people cast to the side. I like to be there for them. I like to hang in there with them. I like to say, girl, you can make it. I like to say, man, you can make it. You don't let nobody belittle you. If y'all don't get nothing else that I say tonight, don't let nobody belittle you because you are good enough. You're good enough. You are good enough. Patricia said, me too. Yeah, you're good enough. See, what we do a lot of time is look on the outside of a person. I know that's what I used to do because I always wanted to be slim and petite and have that attention like them little petite girls had and all that kind of stuff, for years. But I'm happy now with weight now. I'm happy now, and I'm saying this. A lot of people will say, "Well, she's coming off as being cocky." I'm not cocky. I'm just that confident woman, and I prayed for years to get to this point where if I walk in a building, if nobody speak to me, I know I'm good enough. If nobody say, Loretta, you look nice, I looked in the mirror before I left home. So I know I look nice. And see, we got to get to that point. When we get to that point in life, we'll feel better. We have a lot of pressure that's taken off of us. But see, what a lot of us like to do, we like to be validated by people. We like for people that got statuses and titles to validate us and the good old boy system and pat you on the back and say, you this, you that. You know what? They'll pat you on the back just like they did with Jesus. They said Hosanna one day, and the next day they said crucify. I don't, when people pat me on the back when things are going good, I say thank you. But I don't let that go to my head because I got sense enough to know all you got to do is make a mistake. And all that good that they said, it's not gonna exist. It's not gonna exist. They're not gonna remember none of the good you did. They're not gonna remember. They just gonna go by the now. They're gonna forget about everything that you ever done for them. They're gonna forget about the tight friendship that you had. They're gonna forget. So I tell people, don't get excited when people pat you on the back. Cause pat on the back today, cuss you out tomorrow. That's what they'll do to you. Pat you on the back today, cut your throat tomorrow. That's why you can't put your trust in people. Thank you so very much, Miss Margaret. I'm trying to help you because I've been there. I've been this this situation that I'm talking about tonight. I have been there. Hey Joshua, how you doing? And as you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. Can't nobody other than God. And we're not gonna compare him because he loves us unconditionally. But can't nobody love you like you yourself. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Why are you gonna let somebody tell you nothing? If somebody tell you ain't nothing, you are made in God's image. If you're made in God's image, God don't make no junk. Don't let people have you thinking that. Come on, I want to help somebody tonight. I want somebody tonight, after seeing God watching picture, I'm guided here for. Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. UK, okay. You got to. You don't let nobody tell you that. When people tell me I can't, I won't, or you're not, that makes me work harder. Don't ever tell me that I can't because I'm going to go at it just that harder. Don't ever tell me that you're not because I'm going to go at it just that harder. Juanita said, you're sure right. I'm somebody. I'm something. I'm made by the great man I am. And that's the attitude that we have to take. It doesn't mean that we think we all there in a cup of tea. It just means that I don't need you to validate me. I don't who why Validate me. Most people won't. Just going back to what I said a few minutes ago, most people want to say nice things when you are, hey Janice, how you doing? When you are pushing them and putting them on a pedestal, they want to say nice things about you. And when you're doing things for them, but stop doing things for them. Stop doing things for them, and you'll see exactly what you mean to them. Stop helping them every time they come to you, and you will see just what you mean to them. Some people are just flat out users. Some people, and then they want, I know this particular girl, spend every dime she got trying to please people, and they still talk about her. And I try to tell her, but she won't listen to me. So I'm done with that. Because but see, if you're a person and you go to events and you always got to be the one that's buying the food, you always got to be the one putting the gas in the car, you always got to be the one buying the tickets, you always got to be the one paying for the hotel bill. You better get you some new people. Oh, you better get you some new people because they using you. I have, and they start talking about you. Oh yeah, you better get you some new people then, because if hey Marilyn, how you doing? That's my classmate, y'all. I sure do want to talk to you, Marilyn. That's my classmate. Let me tell you something. Every year, a group of us go to Pastor Skylar Patterson and Predestined uh, anniversary in Alabama, and it'd be like four of us. Oh, I always put it on my card. When we get in that hotel room, you're going to give me my money. Because I don't love nobody that much to take care of them. And no, well, I'm just going to say this. People do what they want to do with their money, and they will use you if they can. But no, you're going to give me my gas money, you're going to give me my hotel money, and you're going to give me the ticket money I paid for. Now, what would I look like paying for you just to get you to like me? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Oh, no, you need a new set of friends. If you're the one that's got to always put out the money, you need a new set of friends. If you're the one that got to always be the encourager, they can't never encourage you. That you always got to encourage them. They never pick up the phone, call you unless they want something. Y'all need some new friends. Come on now. I told somebody, I said I hadn't heard from you in a while. And it's true. I used to do the calling pretty much. But then I woke up and smelled the coffee, and I said, you know what, Loretta? You doing all the calling, and they don't never call you. You just as good as they are. And the only time you hear from them is when they want you to do something for them. I said, Loretta, you need to let them go. Sometime it'll hurt to have to do that. Sometime it'll hurt, but sometimes you got to let it go. You got to let it go. And God knows in heaven I love people. And there's some relationships I've had that I grieve over today. But I have to trust God because I'm not going to run after nobody to make them like me. And see, I'm not one of those persons who I'm going to be Loretta. I can't be what you want me to be. I'm not a yes person. I'm not going to say yes to everything. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's not me. I can't do that. If I don't like something, I'm going to say I don't like that. I really don't. I really do not like what you said to me. Hey, Tamika, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I thank you so much. Tamika. Yeah, Tamika, inbox me when I get off. I have a question for you. But that's what I'm saying is that you need somebody to call you too and to see how you doing. Well, how you doing today, Loretta? Do you need anything today, Loretta? Can I help you in any way? I have one lady that does that for me, and that means a lot to me that she does that. And but don't just call me when you want something. Don't. If you don't do that to me. What is that saying? If you can only call me when you need something, y'all gonna think y'all pray for me if y'all think I'm wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, pray for me. But if you just got to call me when you need something, don't call me. Please don't call me. Just don't call. If you can't call and say, "Well, how you doing today, Loretta?" and every time you call, you got to want something, just don't call. It's okay. I'm gonna be fine. Thank you, Phyllis. Let's see. You were in my conversation earlier before I even knew you. Okay, Ann. I'm telling you, we got to look at it for how it is. We got to look at it for how it people will drain you, Tamika. But people will drain you. And then another thing, they want you to listen to their problems all the time, but then they don't want to listen to yours. You say, they say, "How you doing today?" And you just happen to say, "Well, I really don't feel." Before you can get the word "feel" out in your mouth, you can hear them tapping on their phone. Don't do that to me. Don't. If I like for a person to listen to me, be able to tell me what I'm. Give me the attention that I give you, but you can't only find that. Juanita said, "I just said this. I'm always giving encouragement to people, and even myself need it sometimes, and I often don't get it back in return." And it's sad, but it's true. Amy said, "I find us kind don't think like those who will cause us harm. So we get caught in their madness because we just don't think like them and we don't see it coming. We don't see it coming. We don't see it coming. We can yeah, Jacqueline, don't call me. If you just got to call me when you want something, don't call me. Please don't call me. Don't call me when you want something. Because I was listening to another platform today, and they was talking about the strong people who are always there for other people. We got problems too. We got problems just like everybody else got problems. We may carry it different. We may not tell you about it, but we cry just like everybody else cry. Sometimes we get depressed. Sometimes we just say what's to use. Might be for a split second, no more than a half a second. We may have that thought. But who are we going to? We're there for everybody else, but who's there for us? God is, but I'm saying those people who drain you, who just constantly draining you, they're never there to listen to you. They're never there to say that you can make it. You have, oh God, you have people that you buy birthday gifts for every year. Now I know it's better to give than to receive. I know that, but you have people you buy birthday presents for every year, Christmas presents for every year. You'll never get one for them, but they buy other people. They buy other friends. What? How did that make you feel? Philly said, "People today are not like they were when I was coming up. We love each other. We heard each other. We heard each other today. Everybody is just out for themselves. I don't understand. I don't understand either. It's about respect, Patricia. It's about respect. Hey, Miss Virginia, how you doing? But people, I just, I don't get it. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? I just don't get it. And so now I spend a lot of time by myself because the money that I spent on other people, I just spend it on me. And what I'm saying is, I love to give. Don't get me wrong. I am a giver. And people that really know me and they know my heart, they know that I'm gonna give you. I will give you my last if I can. But I cannot stand a doggone user. I'm sorry, y'all, for saying doggone, but I can't stand a user. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. It just goes all over me. And I think what bothers me the most is the fact that you think I'm so dumb that you don't know that I know you using me. That's what gets me right there. You think that I'm so dumb that I don't know the game you playing. Ain't nothing dumb about this, sister. I'm somebody in God's eyes. I really don't worry about what people think. You tell the truth tonight. But Margaret, it took me years to start worrying about people though. I did. It took me years. I used to worry myself sick. I used to be depressed. I used to say, they don't like me. They don't want me to be with them. Oh, I was just pitiful. I'm telling you, I can talk about me. I was just pitiful because I wanted to belong and I wanted to be accepted. Now I care less. I really could care less. Um, Even in our families, there are users. People only want you when you can give to them. This is why I stay with my two daughters, eight, let me see, 8, 12, and 13. I think she meant I say, no, I stay with my daughters, 8, 12, and 13, unconditional love, and I'd rather give my money to them. Amen. 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 Because um I was at this particular concert, and the person asked me for some money. They said, I don't have no money to give me nothing to eat and I'm hungry. So, I gave them enough money to go back there and get them a hot dog, some chips, and a drink. So you think I didn't see you after you ate that food and you went to that table and got that jewelry and that pocketbook. Now, see, that's a user. That's a user. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it took everything in me. It took all the God in me not to really read that person, because you just told me that you were hungry and you didn't have no money, and I bought you something to eat. But see, what you really wanted to do was to save your money so you could go buy jewelry and pocketbooks. Oh my God. That's a user. You're absolutely right. Very true statement, and it's still happening today. And that's why, I said, God, what will you have me to talk about? It's so many people that's wasting their time trying to prove to other people that they are important. I'm important too. If them people don't think you important, leave them alone. Get you a new set of friends. If you don't want to get a new set of friends, be happy with yourself. Be happy with me, myself, and I. Don't let nobody use you. I can't say it enough. Don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody belittle you. Don't let nobody tell you you're not good enough. Ladies, this is not just for ladies and men situation. This is for ladies, men, boys, and girls. Listen, look yourself in the mirror. Say, I am somebody. I am beautiful. Y'all see this fever blister somewhere? Now, I didn't want to come on here tonight with that fever blister, but fever blister and all, I'm somebody. You understand what I'm saying? But my point of saying that, years ago, I wouldn't have came on with the fever blister because I'd have been worrying about what y'all was going to think about the fever blister. That's just how bad I had it at that particular time. I had it just that bad. And it feels so good to be free. It feels so good not to belong and not to want to belong. And that's why I want to tell all of you tonight, fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Love on you. Don't you ever put nobody on a pedestal above you. Because once they get what they want, they're going to the next person anyway. Once they get what they want from you, they're going to the next person. That's a user. And we can't do anything about it. We can't change them. So we might as well move ourselves out of the equation. Because, see, now I have to move myself out of the equation because, God ain't through with me yet. You understand what I'm saying? God ain't through with me yet. And see, you're not just going to come up to me and say anything to me. Not now, not at this point in my life. So, because I know I'm that way, I just move myself out of the equation because I want peace and I want as much peace as possible, and I just stay away. I just stay away. It doesn't mean, Tamika, that I don't love that person. It doesn't mean that I won't help that person. But sometimes you got to love them enough to let them go. Did y'all understand what I just said? Sometimes you got to love them enough and you got to love you enough to let them go. Because if you know it's not working, then why try to force it? Why try to force it? If you know it's not working, why try to force it? That's the question. And we just do it. We just do it. We try to make people accept us. We try to make people, we all this kind of stuff. Listen, if they're gonna like you, they're gonna like you. If you give them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch, if they like you, they're gonna like you. If you go to what's that place name? What's that place? Um, what's that steak place name? Well, not Longhorn, but I'll use Longhorn. But if you go to Longhorns and buy them a steak, they gonna love you until they eat that steak. But they still gonna be the same person after they eat the steak. They gonna love you enough to get that free meal. Come on now, somebody. I know I'm telling the truth tonight. Ruth Chris, that's it. Ruth Chris. You know, I God, there's so much I want to say, but I can't say it. But I done spent so much money on other people at Ruth Chris trying to fit in. Now, like I said, this has been a couple of years ago. But I ain't spending my money like that now. And you go and spend your money on everybody else but me. You don't never take me out to eat. See, people talk about Facebook, and people say Facebook, oh, this and Facebook that. Facebook is one of the best things that ever came out because they ain't got no better sense than to put it on Facebook. And when they put it on Facebook, I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna say, oh, so they did that for that person's birthday, but they never bought me anything. Come on, y'all. I know I'm telling the truth. Oh, I know I'm telling the truth. Facebook is really good. It can tell you, you can be calling people and they say, um, thank you, Miss M. They can say, you can say, well, I hadn't heard from you. Well, I've just been so busy. I've been working, I've been doing this, and I've been doing that. And then you go on their page and they talking to everybody but you. Everybody but you. And so how long are you going to continue to believe that? They busy when you need them. But then you go their page and they talking to everybody else of importance, they think. But y'all better come on now. Y'all better wake up and smell the coffee. Y'all better wake up and smell the coffee. I've been there. I have been there. I have been there. I said, well, they just told me. I'm glad I got Facebook too. It's a good educational tool. I'm telling you. Just take it. Just take a scroll. Think about some of them people and that you got questions about in your mind and you hadn't told nobody. All you gotta do is go to their Facebook page. You been there, Joshua? I've been there too. Oh yeah. I'm trying to tell you. It serves her. And then you wonder, well, Loretta changed. Loretta's not the same person that she used to be. Loretta's not the same. Loretta is the same person, but Loretta is just not going to let you use her no more. Hello. Loretta is the same person, but she's not going to let you use her anymore. And oh God, help me, Jesus. Lord, help me. Ooh, Jesus. most of you know I have a ministry where I do things for seniors and I do stuff for children and you know homeless people and stuff like that. Oh God, have mercy. And this just happened yesterday. That's why it's so funny to me. Now this person called me and they said, I was told that you could help me. And I knew exactly what they was talking about. I knew exactly what they was talking about. And I said, help you. They said, yeah, we just need a little something to eat. So, you know, my heart was getting metal for a little bit until she said this. She said, I was just wondering if you could buy us a pizza. A pizza? A pizza? As bad as I want me a pizza and I don't have the money to buy me a pizza, and you, y'all, I know I'm sounding calm, and you want me to buy you a pizza. If you hungry, I got some canned goods in my cabinet. I got some chicken noodle soup. I got some beans. I got some corn. I got some salmon. I got some Margaret Home peas. I got some Margaret Home turnips and you know stuff like that. But you want me to go buy y'all a pizza? Now how that sound? How that sound, y'all? Yo, come on. I'm telling you, that's the kind of stuff I get. Sometimes you do have to remove yourself from certain people. I am very careful who I be around with some people. I can feel that ain't right. I do too. I'm very careful. That part, Gwen, that part. That part. Yeah, Miss Virginia, that was I was sitting in my chair and I was speechless. I mean, I was literally speechless. And the person had called me since Saturday. They must be called me like 3 times Saturday. Excuse me, y'all. 3 times Sunday. So I don't answer numbers I don't know. I tell anybody if you want to get in touch with me, text me because of hikers and hikers and what's some people telemarketers. You text me, so she finally texts me. But when she texted me that, I it was just unbelievable to me. Yeah, she sound foolish. A pizza costs a lot of money, and if she was hungry, I would want something to like canned goods. That's right. And see, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me because I ain't always right. I'm not always right. So if I'm wrong, y'all tell me. Now I really wanted me a pizza that day. And I went online. I was on the phone with my son, and I went online and I ordered a pizza and I ordered me some chicken wings. And that was gonna be like almost $30. I said, you know what? I can't afford $30 right now. I closed that thing out and I went in my kitchen and cooked me some grits, put me some butter in them, and some ketchup. Now I'm a country girl, so that's how we. And that was just as good to me as that pizza. You understand what I'm saying? To me, that was just as good to me. And then I had those $30 left. But see, that's what we do. We, but anyway, I'm going into another subject. But anyway, I have a lot of people that contact me that need stuff, and I don't mind helping people. But when I put up, I'm doing a toiletry drive, a food drive, I don't get the same people that I support and I donate to, I don't get that support back. It's not going to stop me from doing it because that's what God has called me to do is to help when I can like that. Matter of fact, we're doing something tomorrow. You'll see it on Facebook. You'll see it on Facebook tomorrow about 1 o'clock. We're doing something for a senior tomorrow. But I've been doing this since my sister. I've been doing this since 1997. And the same people that's leeching off of me, that's being a leech, ain't never donated a bar of soap. The same people that's being a leech, they'll send people to me for me to help them. And they'll say, she can help you. She got this. Matter of fact, somebody called me last week and somebody had been in my house and they saw all the toiletries and stuff on the floor. And they called a person that said, well, Loretta got a lot of stuff on her flow. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on my flow for senior citizens, but I don't have it for them. Am I wrong, y'all? I just, I sit and I watch, and when other people have things and people call their name out and they say, I want to thank, I'm gonna use, I want to thank Alka-Seltzer, so nobody can't say that's their name. I want to thank Alka-Seltzer for donating $25 to my cause. Now you coming to me for freebies, but then you helping somebody else who don't even help you. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. If I'm wrong, I need the Lord to help me with that. But I have a problem with that. Good evening, Lisa. How are you? I just have a problem with that. And I see that a lot. I got 4 books that I published. And I'm just giving y'all some examples. I've had friends that haven't bought not one of my books, but they hold them up on Facebook. This is what they do. I bought so and so book. I bought so and so book. Now, how you think that make me feel? I got 4. You never bought one. You supposed to be my friend, but you supporting somebody, and I'm the one helping you. I don't know. I don't know what we be thinking sometimes. Patricia, I have a problem. I really don't know what we be thinking sometimes. I just, and they say, oh, that's just Loretta. She just say anything. But I try to say things. I try to use myself and not other people because I know how it can make other people feel. Sometimes it makes you feel some kind of way when you see them kind of stuff. And if you don't get a grip and you don't get a grip real fast, it will make you depressed. If you don't dismiss that thought and what you see, it'll make it. So you have to talk to yourself. You have to say, okay, Loretta, they don't support me, but somebody else will. Okay, Loretta, you're good enough. Okay, Loretta, God is pleased with what you do. You have to talk to yourself like that, because if you start looking at what you actually see, ladies and gentlemen, it's a hurtful thing. I'm trying to tell you, it's a hurtful thing. It's a real hurtful thing. But we must go on in life, because one thing about it is God gonna right the wrong. God will right the wrong, and he will cause you to be blessed. Even if he have to send a stranger to you to help you, he will cause you to meet the goal that you need to reach. And I want to encourage somebody, don't give up on yourself, because those people who thought was going you was that you thought was going to help you, they ain't gonna never help you, because they don't want you to get ahead, and they think you're going to get ahead of them, so they want you to fail. But see, what they don't know is I know a man, and I talk to him every day. Not just when I want something, not just when I'm in trouble. I talk to him every day. I'm thankful to God every day. And even in the midst of my mistakes, even in the midst of my wrongdoings, even in the midst of my shortcomings, he keeps on blessing me. He keeps opening doors for me to do the things that I am doing in the name of ministry. Nobody but God, because people have tried to put roadblocks in my way. They don't think I know it, but I know it. The people that they talk to, the business people that they go to talk to try to undermine me, they go right back and tell me, well, so and so was here trying to get sponsorship, and they said, well, you know, you sponsored for Loretta. Can you sponsor for me? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Y'all, please don't do that. Don't do that. You got to make your own path. Don't use nobody's name. Somebody called me, a business person called me, and they said, so and so came by. They said you sent them, and that I was sponsored. I said, no, I ain't sent them. I said, no, I ain't sent them. They used my name. I didn't even know they were using my name. That's why you got to be careful who you tell your business to, because they'll go behind your back and try to get your resources. They will take and say how blessed a blessing to others. They will take and say how blessed a blessing to others. Amen. I'm trying to tell you, I just had that happen to me. Somebody using my name, using my name. I didn't know nothing about that. I said, what you talking about? I ain't saying nobody to you. First of all, I don't operate like that. If somebody helps me, I'm going to give that person enough respect to call them and say, well, Shoe Bar is going to come by your office. And then they're going to ask me, well, what the Shoe Bar want? I'm going to say they coming for sponsorship. I ain't going to send nobody. Hey, Linda, I ain't going to send nobody. You think I'm going to send somebody to business people without letting them know that I'm sending somebody? I don't get it. It's just like we don't think. It's just like we don't. It's almost like we think we are so good that at what we do that that we are. What's the word I'm trying to say? In other words, you think because you can manipulate others, you can manipulate everybody. But I tell people, good evening to you too, Linda. Ain't nothing slow about me but my walk. Ain't nothing slow about me but my walk. I can know exactly what you're doing. I don't say a word. I can know exactly what you're trying to do behind my back. I don't say a word. But I know. I know. But I said this. I hope you're getting the point tonight, because some of us just really at the point of giving up because we want to be included so bad. Included for what? Included for what? You are good enough. You are good enough. My sister, my brother, you are good enough. Always remember that. If somebody don't want you, let them go. Let them go. If somebody think you're not good enough to be around, let them go. Because you are somebody. You are good enough. Love yourself. Love yourself. Hey, Doris, how you doing? Love yourself. You got to learn to love you. You understand what I'm saying? Love you. I told some people said, well, this is a new day and a new time. And so, you wear hats to church every Sunday. We don't dress like that no more. We dress casual. I said, you dress casual. You dress casual. That's fine. The way you dress for you. Ain't nothing wrong with how you dress. But as for me, I'm going to wear my hats because that's what I want to wear. Now, I said that to say this. 5 years ago, somebody would have said that to me. I wouldn't have worn another hat because I was trying to fit in. I was trying to fit in. I was trying to fit in. But not now. The only reason I don't wear wigs to church is because I be hot. I might wear them in the winter. But, I'm just telling you people mindset. Well, you don't need to do this or you don't need to do that. Listen, if you're pleased and God is pleased, that's all that matters. Well, last night we talked about, for those that was on, you know what I'm talking about. I told them some people frowned at me because I like King George. And it's not gospel music. And they said, well, there she is a minister and she loves secular music. I love King George. You hear me? And I was talking about the song that he have a little weight. A little weight don't bother me. Well, they got some parts in there that I wouldn't say, but I explained to them last night the reason I love that song, because all of my life as a fat person, I was discriminated against. So to me, that song is personal to me, and I love it because I feel like even though he didn't write it for me, I feel like he wrote it for me. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, come on, somebody. Y'all know how y'all full figure women know how we be treated. Good evening, please, please, everyone say a prayer for me and my four children. We have no food, please. Now, I suppose that well, matter of fact, that is a hiker. I can tell you that because I've seen it before. So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't cash out. Please don't cash out. Okay, don't cash out that. I've seen that before, and I've seen it on other lives. So when you see stuff like that, you have to be careful. Okay. Um, Let me do this. Ah, I've seen her on other lives, same story, same pictures. It's amazing. But let me see. I'm trying to take her off. I'm trying to delete that comment. Okay. Evangelist Jamon, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Juanita said, "Yes, me too, King George. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. Walk on out that door." See, well, we got to realize songs have meanings for different people. Thank you, Patricia. Songs have meaning. You don't know what a person go through in their life, and just because I put that thing up there, and I might put it up there tonight, about his song, or I put him up there as a saying I love King George. I'm gonna ask the same question I asked last night. Um, is it worse to listen to secular music than to gossip and lie about people? That's food for thought. We gossip and lie about people. That song don't bother nobody. But we kill people character. We lie on people every day. But that's all right to do in the eyesight of people. I told them also last night, and I'm sharing this, and I'm gonna get off. Um, for those of you, I got a hoop right here, and I knew when I got it, the first thing some people gonna say, "You're a minister and you got a hoop," but I got it initially for a test. I had bet somebody. I had made a bet, and yeah, I made a bet, but we didn't bet no money or nothing like that. It was just word. I bet you this will happen. First thing they said, "How you a preacher and you got a hoop in your ear?" I said, "How you go to church every Sunday in your designer suits and you got hell in your heart?" Y'all know what happened? The conversation ended. We judge people for what we don't do. We judge other people for something we don't do, but then we throw rocks and we hide behind the rocks and we think we safe, and we don't realize that God is looking at everything we do. Man may not see what you do, but God is recording everything that we do. So this hoop right here ain't doing nothing to nobody. It's not hurting nobody. It's not lying on nobody. It's not killing nobody character. But you dressed up in your fancy suit, and that's all you do is lie on other people. Try to kill people character. We got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. We got it wrong. We got it wrong. We got it wrong. Hey, Minister Hopkins, I'm getting ready to go off in about 5 minutes, but I'm saying we got it wrong. I put on my Facebook page. We judge people for the things that we don't do, but what about the things that we do that nobody know about but God? What about those things? What about those things? We want to look good in the eyesight of people, but how do we look in the eyesight of God? How do we really look? What do God see in us when he look at us? All that stuff we done text about people. All that stuff we done called and told lies on people. God sees all that. And you dress up, hallelujah, praise the Lord, and you done did all that. And then you want to judge a hoop? Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. We got it wrong. And we need to check ourselves. I said I read again on Facebook. I somebody had put a post up, And I said this last night, just irritates me when I see people say this. Say it again for the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. Or tell them. See, we always want to point fingers at what somebody else doing, but what about what we doing? What about the conversations we have in our house about people, and then we hang with them same people? You understand what I'm saying? Oh God. You know, we got it all wrong. Hey Valley Val. Hey Valley Val, my love, my sweetheart. I just it just bothers me. And Val can tell you, I can't be nobody but me. I I cannot be nobody but Loretta, and I'm not. If it costs me people not be around me, if you don't want to know something, don't ask me what I think. Because if you ask me what I think, I'm gonna tell you. If you're gonna get mad for me telling you what I think, don't ask me. Because I'm not gonna say what you want to hear. If you say, um, and this will help all of us, y'all. If somebody asked me, well, you like my hairstyle? No, I don't like it. Now, why would you get mad with me? You asked me, did I like the hairstyle? I didn't just come out and ask you. I didn't just come out and tell you that the hairstyle was ugly. You asked me, and then you turn around and get mad with me. I don't get stuff like that. I don't understand, and I don't have time for stuff like that. I don't have time. Too much going on in the world. People dropping dead every day. People getting killed every day. And then I got to walk on eggshells around you. If I got to walk on eggshells around you, then hit the road, Jack. That's it. I don't have time for that anymore. I got my own set of problems. I got own things going on in my life. I just can't do it. It's not that I don't love you, but I can't walk on hot coals and eggshells and hold all that stuff inside of me and be about to have a heart attack because I want to protect you. I can't do it. They can't see the speck in their brother's eye for the log in their own eye. You're absolutely right. And we do that all the time. And we don't realize when we pointing fingers at somebody else, how many we got pointing back at us. We think we're getting away because nobody knows what we do. I always say this. God's here every conversation that we have. There's nothing that we say that God don't hear. It's no text message that we send that God can't read. It's no inbox that we inbox that God can't read. So we can't hide. We can't get away from that stuff. So just be honest. I don't think there's, well, matter of fact, I know there's not anybody that I hate. I can honestly say that there's not nobody on this earth. There's some people ways I don't like, but there's nobody that I hate. But I said that to say this. If I can't get along with you, I'm gonna leave you alone. That don't mean I hate you. But if I can't get, if you're gonna keep running my blood pressure up and causing my chest to hurt, oh baby, we gotta. What King George said? What the song? What the song King George said? One monkey don't start no show or something like that. I got to go. I got to leave. I got to leave you. You ain't gonna have me going to hell. Cause see, what's gonna happen eventually is that pressure is gonna get there. Y'all know, like a pressure cooker when you're cooking rice, and when it gets done, it say, psh. That's what's gonna happen. Eventually, you're gonna explode because you holding all that in. Not me. No, not me. I can't do it. God sees and he hears everything. Now I do realize this, and I had to come to this point in my life because I used to would just blurt it out. If I didn't like something, I would just blurt. But God had to deal with me about that, how I said it. It wasn't what I said, but it was how I said it. And I've gotten better. But I just can't stand foolishness. I just can't stand foolishness. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I just love talking to y'all, and y'all such a good audience. But I just want you to know that you are good enough. You are good enough You, my friend, are good enough. Don't let nobody belittle you. Please. Somebody call you and you eating and you jump up. Oh, so and so called me. I got to. No. Wait till you get through eating and call them back. You understand what I'm saying? Val will tell you. I can call Val if she say we eating or I'm sitting talking to my husband. I say, okay, we talk to you later. Why am I going to be so insecure? I got to interrupt their time now. Then you should have enough respect for them to give them that space. You ain't more important. Well, anyway, that's another story, another time, another discussion. Because, see, right now I'm getting ready to go into something else. But just love yourself. Don't let nobody have to validate you, because nobody can validate you. You're somebody. You hear me? You are somebody. You're beautiful. You're handsome. Don't worry about the pimples in your face. I don't worry about mine. I don't like makeup. I don't like putting all that stuff on my face. I might put some on there on a Sunday, but I don't like putting that stuff on my face. But I'm beautiful anyway. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how you got to feel about yourself. You got to look yourself in the mirror. I am beautiful. I am somebody. Oh my God. If you get nothing else, just know that you're somebody. God knows your thoughts before they come to your mind to be part from your lips. Amen. Amen. Everybody, I really appreciate you so much. And thanks for your support. And if you know somebody that's hard on themselves, call them and say, baby, you're good enough. You're good enough. Stop letting that person use you. You're good enough. Until next week, everybody be blessed.